Good morning. I'm your friend Scotty Ray. We're starting today off below freezing, sitting right now at 30. Wind chills have been up and down, but we're below freezing and cold. If you think it's cold now, wait till Monday night. We're expected at this point for it to be somewhere around 15. Now, we're days away from that, so that's going to fluctuate some. I've seen anywhere from guessing from 12 to 14. We're sitting at 15 officially right now on the from the National Weather Service. Again, what we have here, and I've stressed this several times, is you have a few days now to plan before this gets here. With these temperatures that we have not seen before now, we're going to see a lot of pipes busted. And I beg you, if you've got pets, to make sure that they're warm. We'll tell you all about what the Meridian Animal Control is going to do as hay. They're going to be giving that out free while supplies last. Take care of your pets. They take care of you. Companions, man's best friend. Well, that's a dog or cat, whatever you've got. Take care of them. Today is here. We've got musical guests coming up at 7 o'clock this morning. Scott McQuigg will be our special guest. We're looking forward to having Scott back. It's been a little while since he's been with us. Make sure to be here. That kicks off at 7. We welcome him. We've got all of your headlines, what's going on in the community at 7. Plus, we're coming back in just a moment and tell you all about what's happening locally, nationally. The headlines that are shaping America. That's next. Let's go to Collinsville now for a good word.
Have you ever met somebody that has that "I just tell it like it is" attitude? Well, what they actually mean by that is they like to say harsh things in a harsh way. In their lack of discernment, they see their abrasiveness as a badge of honor, but typically it's to their detriment and shame because they are all truth, but no love. And then there are others who are too afraid to speak any truth. They just want to affirm people and build them up. But beloved, despite what the world tells you today, not everything's worthy of being affirmed. And there are people that should be built up in certain things, right? These people think they're being loving by not speaking truth, but they're all love, but no truth. Now, both are ditches we should avoid. Avoid being all truth, but no love. And at the same time, avoid being all love, but no truth. So then what's the right way? Well, the right way is described in Ephesians 4:15, where the Holy Spirit, through Apostle Paul, calls us to speak the truth in love. Both truth and love must be present. We speak truth and do it lovingly, winsomely, and we must love by being truthful. That means it's not just what we say, but also how we say it. And it's not just how we say it, but it's that we say something true. So, beloved, speak truth in love. Only then can people really grow up in Christ. So may you learn to speak the truth in love, and may you long to hear truth spoken in love. Change begins in you.
The Change Begins in You is brought to you in part by Piggly Wiggly of Collinsville, Patrick Allen Companies, Mitchell Tire and Wrecker in Collinsville, and Mowdy Cabinetry. And welcome back. I'm your friend Scotty Ray. As we begin today, Odie's all geared up for this. He's picking out his favorite Scott McQuigg song. We're going to get him to do something good. If y'all got a request, start getting those ready at 7 o'clock so Scott will know what he needs to sing for us. We always ask for a special request from him. As we begin headlines today, do you remember Sinead O'Connor? She was the musician back in the, I guess it was 90s, that she shaved her head. Beautiful lady. She just, for whatever reason, cut all of her hair off. They say that she has died of natural causes. She was 56. She passed away a few weeks ago. As now we get more information on this. We've send thoughts to those family members on that. Mexico. I've never, ever had the thought. Now, I know there's a lot of you that rodeo, that love it. Go watch it. Bull riding is, well, the best there is. In Mexico, they do it a little bit, step bigger than that. Bullfighting, where you take the red cape out there. And if I'm not mistaken, it may have a little bit of cruelty to it, to where I think they throw, if I'm not mistaken, spears, maybe. It will get you killed, is what it will do. But Mexico, they've overturned animal rights, and they will be able to go back to bullfighting. They were banned for a little while, but it's been overturned, and bullfighting returns to Mexico. I'm shocked that animal rights got that far in Mexico. I truly was. Oscar Mayer, you may have a best friend that really wants to do this. Travel the world and drive a wiener. No kidding. The Oscar Mayer Wiener car. They're offering $35,600 a year to travel the world. They're taking applications now, if that's what you want to do in life.
To drive a hot dog?
Drive a hot dog around the Oscar Mayer Wiener mobile. You can't miss it. You'll never lose it in a parking lot.
Do they pay for lunch?
Do they pay for lunch? I guess it's all the free hot dogs you want to eat, Odie. What does that break down to a week at 35.6? What's that a week?
Maybe 600 or so.
$600 a week, something like that. Getting Odie's, yeah, it's somewhere right around that.
Before taxes.
Before taxes. You better stock up on them hot dogs. All right, as we go to the next thing with Facebook, and they constantly do this to where they update the privacy and what you can post. They're going to make moves now toward children and teens, blocking content from reaching them. And what we're talking about is inappropriate things, of suicide. We know that there's so many hackers and things that are placed on websites nowadays. It's bad, but they're going to start blocking all this to where teens will not see this because of age. You would be shocked nationwide how many teenagers fall for gimmicks and things, and then they're blackmailed. We've seen this. NSA official warns about this. Owl. It could be one of the greatest things there are. That's artificial intelligence is what we're talking about. Hackers are perfecting this. They're going to start, there's a lot of things that are voice protected that you do. Your friends recognize you on the phone. Well, they're using this to their advantage. Hackers are. Kidnapping and other things of calling you, pretending to be somebody else. But they're putting out a world threat on this. Watch this. I did see earlier this morning where the Actors Guild, they're working things out to where they'll be able to use this in video games and things to where people would be paid for it. Fort Worth. We talked about this yesterday of the hotel, the gas explosion. As we now found out, 21 people were injured in that yesterday. No casualties, thank heavens, but boy, it sure messed up a lot. We hate for this to happen to anybody. It's horrible. North Carolina, a man was sentenced to jail for a crime he didn't do, rather. He spent 44 years in prison. After 3 months, I think he's been out 3 months now, if I'm not mistaken. He's been awarded $25 million for being wrongfully put in prison. I don't care what the figure is, it wouldn't be enough, would it? That couldn't get back what you lost. Not worth going to prison for. We hate that happening to him. $25 million win for him, though. As we go to Ohio, a second transgender woman's candidacy is being challenged. They've blocked one from running for office there in the House of Representatives. Will it happen again? It boils down to not putting correct information. Your born name. They skip that and put this new name that they have. That's how they blocked the first. We'll see what happens with this. Do you remember the gentleman who jumped at the judge? I remember I told you yesterday he got 4 years for the crime that he originally was in for. He's going up. They're really going to the extreme on this one. They're going to take it all the way and charge him with attempted murder. We'll wait to see what sentencing is on this, but they're calling that attempted murder, and it was pretty brutal if you watch that where he just leaped over at the judge. We can't have that in the courtrooms of America. We cannot, and an example needs to be made. If you do not, they will do it again. Just like we have seen the pause in, what's going on in the West, California, Nevada, these places, and up north to where, the laws are just laxed. Get out of free jail cards to where $1,000 or less, you're no longer charged for shoplifting. Some crimes, they even let you check into the Crossbar Hotel and turn you out immediately with no... It doesn't make sense. The longer we go lax on this and don't draw a line in the sand, the worse things are going to get in the United States. Do you remember a few weeks ago, a woman was found, she'd been held captive to 4 or 5 years inside a garage. All types of horrible things had been done to her. She finally got out. She's been rescued. They're saying now that they think they have found the body of another woman on the grounds of the place. Horrifying that is. We are thankful that one person did escape, though. Does anybody remember the term Parkway murders in Virginia? These things are always scary as we look back with murders and things that have happened, especially when it's multiple people that are killed and the crime never solved. They're looking at possibly having a link now. And, of course, DNA doing this. It's a guy that has already passed on. He was in his 60s. He was a fisherman that has passed away, and they've tracked him and connected him to 3 different murders. We'll see if any of this comes out. It would give some form of, I guess, closure to family members to find out the truth of what went on. Still hard to deal with, but sometimes the truth is better than not knowing. What happens to this? I've never thought about it. I just assumed that when you bought something, especially at Christmas, and you returned it, it went back on the shelf wherever you bought it from. Doesn't look like that's the case. There's a warehouse in Pennsylvania where a lot of this stuff is shipped to. The amount of money that is returned each year blows me away in the millions and 966 billion purchases nationwide will be returned from Christmas. Woo-hoo-hoo. That's a lot of money. A lot of this stuff ends up going to a warehouse. They subcontract it to another company, and then that company sells the products at a reduced price, and the original company gets part of the money, and they get part of the money, and then everybody gets a good deal. I did not know this existed. We're going to have to dig deeper into this and tell where this is, where you can do some outlets popular on TikTok. Liquidity. All right, Odie, I can't say it right. I'm going to have to wait. Liquidate is the word.
Liquidate, yeah.
It's not, well, it's liquid. It's got a DICT on the end of it there. Liquid. How do you say that word? Liquidity. I could not get that out. Services. That's bad. There's just certain things I can't say. That's one of them. Now we all know that. But something worth looking into if you're looking for a deal. Did not know that existed. We'll post it. Do you remember the Cosby Show? Lisa Bonet. Do you remember her? Yeah. She played on this. She was, I don't think, politically aligned with the way I think. She was married to that guy, Jason Momoa. Is that his name? Mama? All the women go nuts over?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, big old boy. Momoa. Big guy. They're officially getting a divorce now. They've been separated for quite some time. I had no idea that they were even married. They forgot to tell me and you all about that. But they are officially seeking a divorce from each other now. Interesting, isn't it? We've got that and so much more coming up this morning as we'll get into everything that's gone on locally, right around the corner. I don't want y'all to miss out on that. Oh, and we pass along condolences this morning. Melania Trump's mother has passed away. She was 78 years old. The first former First Lady mourning the death of her mother. Keep her in your thoughts. That's a sad day. Many of you that have gone through, and many of you relate to that. We'll have to read more about that one there. Oh, yeah. Teachers in trouble. I see more and more of this all the way across here. How does this happen at a Fox News cast where they do like these town hall meetings? They had Ron DeSantis there, or DeSantis, however you say it. And we had protesters show up. They caused chaos at the end as he was getting ready to make his last pitch. They started chanting something about no oil money, no oil money. Kind of blocked him there. Did he get supported by the Koch brothers?
He must.
Somebody's giving him money.
Oil money, I reckon, coming in.
The last poll I saw, he was at number 5. I think he may even be below Chris Christie. How do you get below Chris Christie? That's bad if you rank that low. Of course, Nikki is, of those who showed up for all of these debates, is the number 1 in New Hampshire that showed up at a debate. She ain't beating Trump. Don't let them fool you in these polls where they try to make you think she is. A play on words is what I'm getting at.
Even CNN said Trump was favored.
Yeah, if CNN had to say it, it's bad. Now, we are seeing Megyn Kelly say, y'all be ready, as we saw former First Lady Michelle Obama give a speech this week, and it was for no reason, is what she's saying. There was no reason for her to go on here and talk about all of this. And she goes, get ready for a setup. Is it true? I don't know. Could she be the replacement for Joe?
I think it's too late.
It may be too late.
You've already started voting in one of those, Iowa or something.
Odie thinks it may be a little too late for that change. We'll see. We'll be right back as we follow this forecast and get you all up to date on what the weather is going to do. That's next.
At the Back Porch, we're bringing families back together for fun, food, and all the things you love to enjoy around your home. Every event starts with a great grill, great cookware, and accessories. Add in some locally sourced meat and dairy, along with frozen vegetables and casseroles, and over 500 brands of spices and sauces. Relax in our chairs, swings, day beds, and have fun with our cornhole boards. From coolers to trailers, we have everything you need. When you see the big chair, you've made it to the Back Porch.
Need an expert to repair a rock peck or cracked windshield? Call Advanced Auto Glass by Joey for quality workmanship and customer service. Convenient same-day service, as well as in-house calibration for vehicle safety systems. Reliable mobile service is available in Clark, Kemper, Neshoba, Lauderdale, and Newton counties for all cars, trucks, and heavy equipment. Book your appointment today for custom tinting. It can reduce temps, fading, glare, and more. Improve the safety and enhance the appearance of your vehicle today with services from Advanced Auto Glass by Joey.
Welcome back. Joseph tells us 28 at Dalewood this morning. Virgil letting us know, also showing up at 28 in the big city of Newton this morning. I'll be careful over there. Chilly, chilly, chilly. We got a lot of frost. You'll need to warm up your car to get that off the windshield so you can see to leave and know where you're going. Oh, lots of you up there. Sandy White, I see you there today too. Donna, good morning. Denise, what was it that Denise said? Anybody below Chris Christie would suffocate. Good luck. You get the line of the morning. We give you a home run on that. Let's get into our forecast.
Your forecast is brought to you by EMEPA, your Touchstone Energy Cooperative.
Those record highs, record lows. 1949, it was hot today. 83. As we go back to 62, it was downright cold as we see that record low was 6 degrees on this day. As we look across, today's going to be, well, partly sunny. By late afternoon, 54 hitting the high in Meridian, 52 through Philadelphia, and will stay that way all the way through Noxapater, up through Louisville, even to Columbus and Starkville. Over to our west, we'll see a little bit warmer on the river around Vicksburg, 56 down to Natchez if you're traveling that direction today. Over in Bamaland, well, we do see that 52 shows up in Demopolis. We should see that 53 right around Livingston, Alabama, into the 40s as you go further northeasterly toward Birmingham. Even Gadsden will see 47. Burr, we don't even know what it's doing in Tennessee. We'll have to look in a little bit. Probably cold. Now, mark this. Make a date with me tomorrow night. We will get together as we will have severe weather moving back into the forecast. And pay attention with this. This is being forecast as so much worse than what we had the other night for the immediate East Mississippi area. Below all of this last time was going to be south of us toward Laurel, Hattiesburg. That's not the case on this. We will see some severe weather here on this trip. So be prepared for this tomorrow, late in the evening toward late Thursday night into midnight time. Now, as we look, severe weather here in Bamaland is going to be worse over near Clanton, Auburn area. That's a level 3 as we see that. Demopolis, all the way through these areas here around Tuscaloosa, will also see a level 2. We see that strong winds will follow this on Friday. Make note of this, as we did have the other day. All of this wind is going to make power outages pretty common. So be ready for that on Friday morning after the storm passes through. Now, here's our next thing that we got to discuss. Severe weather being cold coming in on Monday. Temperatures are going to drop like a rock. There's no other way to word this. Some of our areas, especially the Louisville area, northern, a little bit tipped there in that northwest corner of Neshoba County, and as you get on over into Leake County, could see -10 wind chills. The Meridian area, back toward Jackson, could see anywhere from 0 to 9, with a regular temperature of anywhere from 12 to 15 on Monday night. It will stay below freezing every night through about next Sunday. Temperatures will warm up a little bit past that. Monday and Tuesday are going to be the worst, but each night this will stay below freezing. Now, there's a lot to consider with this. Yourself, your pipes, have you got propane? Do you have firewood? We have a few days to prepare before that gets here. Do that now, and again, make sure that your pets are well taken care of and they're warm. They have a place. Check on the elderly. Make sure that no one in your little community has a space heater that is sitting too close to a curtain. It's easy to do, and we don't want a loss of life or a loss of a home and someone to be displaced. It doesn't take but an extra second to stop by somebody's house just for a minute to check on them. Make sure that they got a little bit of food. There's some folks that can't get out like they used to. Make sure they're prepared for next week. And as always, what's the price of bread? Somebody get some stock into that now.
3
Is it $3 a loaf? Whoa. What's a gallon of milk go for now, Elby?
Like four and a quarter.
4 and a quarter for milk. Yeah, those prices are fixing to jump. I remember milk. I used to be a milkman when I was first got married. I remember it being 99 cents for a gallon.
Yeah.
Am I telling age, or is it just that prices have gone up?
And that's for the red top.
That was a red top. Poinsettia milk is what we used to call that. What was that number I had to remember? 1309, I think, was what Elsie the cow's number was. As we glance across this is what's coming. This is what's bringing this cold weather here. Now, let's look at this 7-day forecast. As we see here, 54 today, 35 tonight, up to these thunderstorms that are rolling in on Friday. We'll hit 70. Bad weather and freezing. Look at this. This is not good. Thunderstorms as this moves through. And again, this is going to be right at midnight, these thunderstorms, and then that following night, so it's no confusion on that, hitting 27. When the rain's moving in at 51 for the low, and then we move into these storms and it tapers off, is when it will turn cold. Should dry out by that night. 69 on Saturday, 51 on Saturday. Then comes the bad stuff coming in on Monday. Look at this, 14 here is what's predicting here on my radar system. 48 for a high, 34 only on Tuesday. And look at this, 27, 34, 21. The temperatures are awfully cold for the next 2 weeks. Y'all be ready for this. We don't want you to be cold at all. What's happening when it comes to fishing today? Chet's Paint and Body sends us out to the fishing hole today somewhere around 10 o'clock till about 15 after. It'll be good there. The next time we'll be way after dark. West-southwest wind, 5 to 10 is what it will be. What's happening with the deer hunting? Well, here you go. About 10:25 today. Let's call it 10:30 to 12:30 is your best times to be in the woods. We wish you luck with that. The wind's going to be west-southwest, 5 to 10. Again, we got a heavy frost this morning. It's crunchy across the front yard to your car. Don't slip. Stranger things have happened. Y'all know that. Sandy White says, spur. Very cold in Causeyville. Milk in the 60s was 79 cents a gallon. Oh, boy. I don't remember that. How prices have gone up. Naked man better be finding him some clothes is the next comment. Y'all might want to just leave him a pair of clothes out by Firestone. He passes by there quite regularly. And just write naked man on it. He should know that they're for him. Y'all get ready. Let me turn the camera over here. This guy's in the studio getting ready. Hey, Scott.
What's going on?
Getting ready for Scott to come in and perform for us this morning. 7 o'clock is when all of this starts off, so we don't want you to miss it. That's all up and coming. Odie's in the house over here to my right. Large studio audience. It happens here, coming up very shortly. Join us right here at the Scotty Ray Report.
The Scotty Ray Report is brought to you by our following partners.